Okie dokie. Welcome to my viola lesson here with my assistant trying to learn the viola. Uh, like any newcomer, I believe we should all start with posture. So thank you very much for that. We're going to come back to this in a second. What we want to start out with is how do we sit down when we want to play the viola? How do we want to sit down when we're plucking? Or how do we want to be performance ready? So what I would suggest for newbies is probably 3/4 of the way forward in the chair, not touching. What you want to not do is not have your back touch the back of the chair, but you also don't want to sit on the front edge of the chair. So what I want you to do is go on ahead and could you move a little forward for me, please? Not all the way to the edge, but just a little bit, just a little bit behind it. Now, also what I want you to do is have a straight back. Could you have a straight back for me too? Now, not like, now you don't want to like, you don't want to like a tense, like I'm actually trying to have a straight back here. You just want to have a kind of one that just is like, it just shows you're ready and you're just like, I'm ready to do something. So I would say this is a good posture here. Good job. So let's go on ahead and move on to the viola. Since we've gotten that out of the way, I want you to keep in mind that you may get tired throughout the performance or rehearsal or whatever you're doing. And it's okay to relax whenever it's not your turn to play. But always remember that when you are playing, this is the correct way you want to be the entire time. So here's the viola, and I've disassembled a little bit. I've taken off the shoulder rest. So what this is it goes on the viola, the back of it. So when you put it on your shoulder to play, it's not so painful. Like it's not just wood right on your collarbone. You have like this little soft cushion that it feels a lot better than just using the viola itself. So let me see the viola real quick. Sorry to yoink it. Let's see. So what you want to do is you want to put this shoulder rest on the viola like this right here. And it goes on the outside, on the rim of this viola here, on the back of the viola. Can you see that there? Can you see how that's placed? Okie dokie. Here's for the camera how the chin rest is placed. And allow me to model. See what you want now. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay, what you want is you want to put the viola on your left shoulder. You want to place it right here on your left shoulder. And this little dip here on which is the chin rest, you want your chin to go here and rest and relax comfortably here. Now, the way you hold it, to tell if you're holding it correctly, is you should be able to pull away your left hand and just have the viola rest on your shoulder. So if you wouldn't mind demonstrating that for me real quick. So just going ahead and place the viola on your shoulder. Yes, yes. And hold it a little, hold the body. Now, let's see here. There you go, there you go. Chin looks like it's nice in the spot. Do you feel tense at all?
No.
No, not tense? Okay, good. Because I would say like that's a big thing too to watch out for, is just not to be tense at all whenever we are doing anything here. So it looks good to me. So how do you feel here? Do you feel like you're comfortable enough to take your hand away from the viola?
Sure.
Sure? Okay. So what I want you to also remember is that the viola should be parallel. I didn't demonstrate this very well. The viola should be parallel to the floor. So can you try and get it to where it's kind of like, instead of curved, it's kind of flat, you know what I mean? Like a flat thing. Kind of like that. Yeah. Okay. That looks a lot better. So now I want you to try and pull your hand away from the viola and see if you are able to hold it just here in your shoulder. All right, there you go. That's pretty good right there. Yeah, and you have a straight back. I like it. I like it. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and incorporate your hand. Try and put your hand over here, and try and emulate maybe a good playing position with your fingers. Okay. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to have your hands come down a little bit here and slide here. Now I also noticed that your wrist is kind of wanting to like plant up against the neck. Do you feel that?
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want it to kind of be hovering here. You don't, and remember, you don't want a tense feeling here. You don't want that at all. You just want it to be here and relaxed as much as it can be. And your thumb is right here placed in this area right here. And you should also have your fingers able to hover above these strings here. And you know, it's tough. It's tough in the beginning, but as time goes, you know, you'll learn more about how to be more flexible in your hand. But for beginner purposes, we're just going to start here. This is kind of home base, if you will. So the important question is anything tense? Is it tense? And if it is, it's okay. It's okay. We're still learning. How do you feel?
It's tense here.
It's tense there. Okay. I would just try and focus on just like maybe taking your hand away and try and focusing on just being comfortable here first before you do anything else. But we're gonna move on just a little bit. Don't worry, we're not gonna try and build bad habits. So next we have, okay, now that we've got the tuning down, that was pretty quick here. We're gonna move on to just plucking some basic notes on the string. So what I want you to start on is the D string. Can you remember where that is? Yes, you found it. You didn't have it right at first, but this is the D string right here. So what I want you to do is, let me see the viola real quickie. So what I want you to do is just a simple 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I want you to do that with the posture that we talked about earlier as best as you can. So we're just pretend we're in 4/4 time, and you're just gonna do 3 quarter notes worth of plucking and then rest on 4 and then right again. So I'll conduct you. Okay. So ready? So ready. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. So I'm noticing your thumb here. It's kind of hooking the viola a little bit. You don't want your thumb to be right here because it's creating a lot of tension. Where you want your thumb to be really is kind of off to the side here, and it really should not be gripping the fingerboard in any way. You don't want that because what you're going to have is tension overall, and it's not good because later down the road it really will affect you. So just try and think about being relaxed here, and think of it more as a kind of a not an I guess kind of like an anchor, but not a tense anchor in a way. So what we just did was that open D string, just the 3 quarter note thing. So we're gonna try and incorporate some fingers now. So can you try and play just anything with a finger down on the D string here? Yep. Keep going, put some more fingers, whatever you want to do there. Just to get a feel for how it feels on the fingerboard, just go ahead and try. Yep, keep going. One more time. Okay, so right up, okay, so I know I just told you to do whatever. So what you want to do is you want to have your position kind of down here a little bit, because earlier you were a little too far, too close to the scroll. So you want to have your hand here situated, and think of this as home base, to where you can put your first 3 fingers down, like not immediately, but like you put them down right here, and it won't have to be such a tense stretch or whatever. So I want you to try and, let me see the viola real quick. I want you to do this right here. I want you to pluck the D string. I want you to pluck the D string and then incorporate your first finger on the next note. So just go. just something simple like that. And then once you get that down, we'll go ahead and add another finger and then so on. So here we go. Ready, and okay, good job, good job. So next we're gonna go to our second finger, which is located on this next tape you can see here. So you're just gonna go bum, 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 bum. You got that? Okie dokie. So ready, and bum, bum, da, da, all right, good job.
Okay, it's recording.
Okay, so next, I know we just got done doing pizzicato and you don't know the notes, but I'd like to just do a crash course with every bit of, like, a lot of the aspects there are to playing the viola. So here's the bow. Go ahead and hold it. See what's going on there. Alright, now give it back because you're not ready for it yet. What we need to do is we need to figure out how to hold this thing. So what better way than to use a nice pencil? So take this pencil in your hand first. Now what you want to do is you want your hand to be relaxed right here. Yes, right here. You want to be relaxed. And you can take this pencil here and it should be very, very relaxed. Notice that the only things that should be holding this pencil kind of is the thumb here and the middle finger. So can you kind of demonstrate that with a nice loose hand, a relaxed hand holding in between the thumb and the middle finger? Yes, all right, I like that, I like that. Okay, so that's the kind of feel you want when you're holding the bow. So let's go on ahead and move on to the bow. I'm not going to give it to you just yet, so keep the pencil in your hand, kind of visualize what's going on. So, see where my hands go on this bow here. What you want is you want your middle finger here. I'll look on the bow. You want your middle finger here. You want your ring finger kind of like right here. They're kind of like partners in crime, if you will, there. You want your pinky on the top of the wood. Or, I mean, it varies for people. Varies for different people depending on hand size, but this is kind of the general idea. You want your pinky to be here, index fingers up here, and the thumb goes right in between this little soft, see this soft gray part here? The thumb goes right in between that and this black thing, which we call the frog, but you want your thumb to be right there. So let me show you, let me demonstrate once more. Can you see this bow hold for the viola? Does it make sense? I want you to take note of where my thumb is, how it's with my middle finger here, kind of like on the pencil. See where my pinky is, and notice how there's not a lot of tension going on, it's kind of relaxed. And the hands kind of have a bit of a curved thing going on here. So now go on ahead and take the bow and try and emulate what you've seen that I did. So you can hold it with you can use your left hand to hold this side here, so you're not having to like use some muscles to hold it up. So go on ahead and hold it horizontally and use this left hand to balance it. And let's see what's going on with your hand. All right. And it looks good. That looks good. Where's your thumb? Let me see your thumb. Yeah, that looks great. All right, I like that. That looks like a great bow hold. It doesn't look very tense at all. And here's one more technique, or a little exercise to try and get a feel for how relaxed you should be. What you want to do is kind of do a little bit of a spider thing where you kind of climb up the bow with your hands. And this helps with the relaxed feel you need, because you can't do it tense. It'd be tough to do a little. And once you do that, just do a couple of more rotations here. Just get a feel for how relaxed you should be and not tense it all really is. So go ahead and try that. Yep, there you go. Yeah, that's a little tough in the beginning if you're just starting out, but I mean, it really does help with the relaxed bow hold you're looking for there. Just trying to get all the way to the top. Okie dokie. Alright, I think that's good enough. Now go on ahead and pull it back up and show me your bow hold once more after doing that exercise a little bit. Alright, I like the way the bow hold looks. Okie dokie. Alright, so we're going to go on ahead and close this lesson, but we're going to start, or we're going to close it with some little notes when we're done with our practice session. What we want to do is, we have our case. So since you have your viola out, and I know we didn't get the filming of the viola getting out on camera, but we'll catch this on. So go ahead and give me your viola real quick so we can make this simple. Take your case. Here you go, here you go. So what you want to do is, once you're done with every rehearsal, you want to open up your case. So go on ahead and open it. And you're going to want to put your viola in there. Disassembling the shoulder rest off, so go ahead and take it off there. Okie dokie. Go ahead and place it in that area right there. Yeah, you fold. Yeah, go ahead and fold your shoulder rest. Put this viola back inside the case there. And last but not least, the bow. We didn't go super in depth about the bow. We went and talked about how to hold it. One last thing, we want to talk about loosening and tightening the bow. So with the bow here, when you're going to want to play, you want that a tight, you don't want a super tight bow. You want it to be tight enough to where you can play, and it's a reasonable tightness. And what I think there is probably about a dime, to where you could probably put a pinky in between these. I mean, in between the hair and the bow. What I'd like to say is, it's called a bow for a reason, because this right here, it actually has like a bow shape to it. You see the bow here? Like, you see how there's like it's kind of a wave looking thing, you know? That's what you want to think of whenever you're holding, or whenever you're looking at this. So if you had it way too tight and it's like straight, or if it's even curved, kind of like this way, that's something you really don't want, because it could ruin the tension in the bow, and it could cause it to warp. Problems could happen to where it doesn't have tension anymore, and it'd be really hard to play. But right now it's tight enough to where you could play and draw it across the strings and get a great sound. But since we're done, what we want to do is we want to loosen the bow enough so it's no longer in that tightened state. You can see kind of the hair it's starting to like disassemble. It's not like in a tight group anymore. It's kind of like all shaky now. You don't want to go too much, but I mean just enough to where like this, the way it looks right now, is good. So go ahead and place it back in the case.
In here?
Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. Alright, and go ahead and close the case. Case closed. Alright, and thank you for taking the time to have a viola lesson. Good job. Oh, this is so stupid.